it's Liz Yuille from Old Staples Crafts, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the UK. Thank you for joining me for another Top Tip Tuesday, and I'm doing another what to do with window sheet and how to work with window sheet edition. So let me flip you down to the table and we'll have a look at what we're doing. Now last week I showed you how to heat emboss on window sheet. There we go. Our window sheet will take the heat. Not all acetate is made the same, so do bear that in mind. This week we're going to be applying colour. Now there's a trick to this because, and I'm using the Glad We're Friends stamp set because it's cute. So we've got growing older is mandatory, growing up is optional, happy birthday. A friend like you comes along once in 9 lives. I'm blown away by you. It's a guinea, be a great day. It's a guinea, be a great day. Don't quite get that, but anyway. So we've got a cat, a guinea pig, and well, to me this looks like a corgi. So that's what I'm using it for. And I've got my corgi all mounted up on my D block. I've got a piece of window sheet here. I'm going to pop that out of the way so it doesn't blind you. And I've got my StazOn. Now StazOn comes in 2 colours. You can either get the jet black or the saddle brown. I'm going to be using jet black today. You can get a re-inker for the jet black. You can't get a re-inker from us for the saddle brown. I think you can get one for the black. I will check before we finish. Anyway, I'm going to ink this up. And the reason I am using StazOn is because we want something that's going to dry on acetate. Now I'm going to be colouring with, I've got to be very careful not to slide. I'm going to be colouring with blends, but blends and StazOn don't actually mix because StazOn is alcohol based and blends are alcohol based. So if you use blends next to StazOn, you're going to get a messy finish. So now if you're worried about skidding, you can use your Stamparatus because then you can hold the acetate, the window sheet, in place with a magnet and you're not going to move your stamp, but I'm quite happy to do that. Now there is a cleaning up process with this. You need to use StazOn cleaner. I would then use a baby wipe to take the StazOn cleaner off, and then I would use Stampin' Mist to recondition the stamp. So there is a bit of a clean up. But there is our image, which, let's see if I have got a piece of white card. I have. So that's our image. I'm just going to leave that to dry momentarily. Now, where there are pools of colour, it may split, which is what's happened on its nose, but we can deal with that. It's all good. So I'm going to hope that that is dry. The one thing you do not want to do is test it because that will smudge it. I think that is dry. So I'm going to turn it over. This is where we find if it's dry or not. It looks like it might be, because this way you don't get the blends anywhere near the StazOn. So I'm using SU200. It's one of the natural blends. Natural, neutral, neutral, natural, natural. And I'm going to just colour. Now you can use either end, and you can dot, you can spread, you can do whatever you want. Now if I do that side with dot and this side with the thick end, you may be able to see the difference. And you can layer it. is lovely. So you can get really nice dark colour. Now, one of the things to bear in mind when you're using blends on acetate or window sheet is that the colour isn't necessarily what you're expecting it to be, because it's not working on paper, it's working on a slick surface. So if you see this is a lot more solid than this. It's basically because it gives off more of the colour, because it's a broader brush. So let's come back in with this. Sometimes you want it to be one way and sometimes you want it to be the other. One of the joys with using blends on acetate is if you don't like the result, you just get some alcohol and you wipe it all off. So it will wipe clean. That. Then I'm coming in with SU 300, so we've gone from 200 to 300, and that's going to come down. Oh, that should be dark. Add in that dark bit. And I'm going to have a little bit of the lighter colour around the edge of his ear. Just blend that a bit there. And then I'm coming in with dark Calypso Coral. And yes, I do want dark Calypso Coral because this comes out really light. Now my nib end this way is not good. I might be able to dab a little bit on. There we go. I lent it to somebody and it was not treated terribly well. This is one of the things you need to watch with blends, is that the brush tip end you do need to treat with some respect. And then I'm going to have a pink tongue. Now the colours will look different on the other side. Right, now I am actually going to come in with SU 100 for his nose. Actually, I might see if I can dot that with the brush tip. Layer it up. And then the fan I'm going to colour with light black, which always amuses me. Actually come in with some dark black at the bottom. Now again, this is going to have to dry because the alcohol will take longer to dry off acetate than it will off card, because it's got nowhere to soak. All it can do is evaporate. Let's see, I'm thinking the paper could be, in fact we could use colour, couldn't we, because it doesn't have to be a So this is light Calypso Coral. Let's see what that does. Oh yeah, that's alright. I might use the brush tip because again we'll get more colour out. Just adds a bit of colour to the whole scene that way. There we go. So let me waft that, and then if I turn it over and grab my piece of card, there is our coloured window sheet, and you could put that as an insert into your card, so you could have card at the top, card at the bottom, and acetate with a picture on it in the middle, or you could use it as a shaker card, all sorts of things. But that is how to colour on acetate with StazOn and alcohol markers. So I hope you've enjoyed that and found it helpful. If you did, a thumbs up is always appreciated, and don't forget, if you don't already subscribe, bottom right hand corner you can hit that subscribe button. If you've got any questions or comments, do leave those below the description bar. Let me flip back up. So yes, leave those below the description bar. If you're in the UK, France, Germany, Austria, the Netherlands, Belgium, or the Republic of Ireland, and you want any products from Stampin' Up, I would be thrilled if you would try out my customer service. There is a birthday special going on. It's a birthday / onstage special going on over on my website, so have a look at that. And that's alongside my usual shopping special, which with a qualifying order you get free product. Yay! So thank you very much indeed for watching. I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Now, I am actually in Vienna as you watch this, although On Stage hasn't started. So instead of being live at 11 o'clock this morning, I will have a recorded video for you to watch instead. So don't not join Coffee and Card. It will still be there. It just won't be interactive. It will just be a recorded video. So I hope you enjoy it, and I will see you again very soon. Bye for now.